Fall of the House of Usher is a 8 episode series from Netflix, actually, and this is I heard about this like months ago, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. It's based off of not only the story by Edgar Allen Poe of Fall of the House of Usher, but it's basically like based off of like the entire works of Poe, most of like his most popular kind of stuff. And once I heard this was happening, and it's being ran by Mike Flanagan, who did like The Haunting of Hill House and Black Mass, and I think he did Gerald's Game, and the Shining sequel. God, what was the name of that? I can't remember the Shining sequel's name with Ewan McGregor in it. And so, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Mike Flanagan and like his works, all except for Black Mass. Black Mass was like kind of like the one anomaly in that, because normally he's solid, but that one was pretty funny. But yeah, I was so excited. I was so excited to when I saw this happening and it came out, and of course I can't watch it because it's just like kids running in and out the room when I'm trying to watch it. I'm trying to like record stuff. I'm trying to like listen to stuff. I'm trying to play stuff. Oh man, and then I gotta just be at work, and so I just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna start watching this at work. I don't care. I'm just gonna start watching this. I have to get through this, and man, I which I hate because I want to see this. I actually would prefer to watch this in like a dark room with a big screen and like surround sound speakers. Is that kind of like it's that kind of show. And does Mike Flanagan deliver on another one? I would think so. I would definitely think so. Um, Again, perfect for Halloween time, perfect for spooky season, and yeah, we talking Edgar Allan Poe. Man, I love it. Okay, so what's the show about? So again, this show is based loosely on the works of Edgar Allan Poe. Fall of the House of Usher. The story is about twins, Roderick and Madeline Usher. Duh, Roderick and Madeline Usher. And so in the story, the twins, Roderick is kind of like losing his mind because his twin sister is sick, and there's a doctor there, but the doctor don't know why she's sick, and and so the narrator, well, Roger sends a letter to the narrator to come visit him because he's feeling down, he's not feeling himself, and so Roger decides to kind of like go out to this to see him, and the twins are in this huge manor, this huge mansion, right? They're like very well off, basically, and so once the narrator, like he kind of is there, they're like playing music, they're reading stories and things like that. And then one night there's a storm. Well, no, so Madeline dies basically, and so the narrator helps Roderick bury his sister. And so there's one night there's a storm, and Roderick is, or the narrator is reading Roderick a story. It's supposed to be like some kind of like adventure story that like kind of take his mind off of everything. He's grieving and his mind's already slipping, right? His sanity is already slipping, and so the narrator is trying to be a good friend and like trying to help him out. Read him just this kind of like dumb story during a stormy night, and by him reading the story, all of a sudden, like the sounds in the story are happening like in real life, while as he's reading it, and so that's where like kind of like the fright and all that stuff kind of comes into place. And so I don't know if I want to go any further. Like, yeah, I think that's a good starting point. If you want to know the rest, read the story. It's really good, really mind bending kind of tale. The story, the Edgar Allan Poe's like actual story is very, very, very kind of twisted. It's like a lot of double meanings in the story itself. Like, not only is the twin thing, but like the fall of the House of Usher. Meaning in both ways, fall of the house, like the house actually collapsed, and then like there's the fall of the house, like the family tree kind of aspect of it. There's like the things that's happening in the story, that's happening in the story, kind of thing. It's genius. One of the greatest things Edgar Allan Poe ever wrote. Very, very cerebral kind of story. But in this instance, how it compares with the show compares with the book. So there is Roderick and Madeline, and they are bastard son of this I don't know what do you call it, pharmaceutical corporation. And in the story, it's their mom that actually kind of like has this rare illness. The doctors don't, well, no, in this the show, their mom don't want to take it because she's like super religious, and it's just kind of like, oh, I don't need to take Tylenol. God will heal me, kind of thing happening there, right? And so, like the mom ends up going through that whole like scenario where like she dies, she's buried, and like doing there's a storm at night, and all of a sudden like they start like with the they think it's thunder, but it's also thudding in the house kind of thing. And yeah, and so the mom kind of comes claws her way out of her grave. And so in it okay, well, I guess I can start. I guess I kind of don't want to spoil it. I want to talk about it, but I can't. I shouldn't spoil it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, so it's not just that story, but they also have the Black Cat, Telltale Heart, Pit and the Pendulum, and like a bunch of like old all the good Edgar Allan Poe stories. I'm familiar with all of them because I've been reading them like since I was a kid, except for Goldbug. I've never even heard of Goldbug. That was the only one I wasn't that familiar with. But yeah, if you are any kind of a fan of Edgar Allan Poe, there's a lot to like here. The, for the most part, like the how they kind of changed things around and how they mixed it up to make it like become the series. It's pretty. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. I think they did a good job, even though I can see like purists kind of like just sitting there, with their arms crossed, like, what is this? Right? But it's good. Like I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The one story that they did, because each episode is like is a story basically. So they have like the Black Cat episode, and which is the story of the Black Cat. They have the Telltale Heart episode, which is like their interpretation of the Telltale Heart and all of that, right? But the one that I think they missed the most was probably like the Black Cat, even though it was fairly close to the story. It was just I don't know. It didn't to me. That was the weakest one. That was the weakest one to me, and that's one of the best. It was one of the best damn stories. Cat have been one of the kind of weaker ones to me. I mean, it was good. It was just to me that it was. I don't know. They didn't really capture it all that well to me. And what would be the other one? I don't. Maybe Murder in Rue Morgue. Maybe was like the other one I didn't like that much. But the ones that I think were really good was the Telltale Heart. I love how they flipped that. I really love how they kind of flipped that with the artificial heart thing in there. It was kind of genius to me. I loved it. And Mask of Red Death one was I love how they flipped that one too. That one was that's it. If you're a fan of gore, oh my god, yes. Of course they have you can't do anything Edgar Allan Poe if you don't have the Raven in there, of course, right? And so yeah, this is really good. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. This is on the list of Mike Flanagan shows that I'm gonna be watching over and over and over and over. It's up there. It's right up there. Speaking of which, and so it's Mike. Speaking of Mike Flanagan, it's pretty much the same. He has like this troupe. Like whenever he do these Netflix shows, it's like a theater troupe. Basically, it's all the same characters or all the same actors basically coming back to kind of like do different roles and things like that, which I think is like really cool. But each one he kind of adds extra here and there. And these are actually like really great extras, like Bruce Greenwood, who was like a very super. He's been like acting forever, and he's been in everything. Like you just see him one time, and if you like watch a lot of movies and stuff, you're like, oh yeah, hey, that guy, yeah. Okay, he's in this. Nice. Mary Mary McDonnell, who if you're a bit nerdy like I am, then you remember Battlestar Galactica, President Rosalind, Battlestar Galactica. I mean, she's been in everything. Very prolific, veteran actor herself, and like that's the one thing I will always remember her in is Battlestar Galactica, and of course the legendary Mark Hamill in this, Luke Skywalker himself in this with another excellent role, excellent job. Yeah, man, just all three of them are old pros, man. They all knocked this out of the park, out of man, just absolutely. But and you know what? So I was saying that Mike Flanagan, when he does like these Netflix things, he has like the same actors kind of coming back over and over again, and he has like my favorite one, Carla Gugino. Lord, this woman. Lord, this woman. I love Carla Gugino. Oh, I can't. I've been infatuated with Carla Gugino since the 90s. Like I've been enraptured by her since Son in Law. Like since the 90s. Since that Polly Shore joint. Like God, oh my gosh, she's so fine. Lord have mercy, she's so fine. And she just gets better. She just gets better. She just gets better with age. Like, God, I love this woman. All right, let me stop before I get in trouble. But yeah, so I love the show. Out of author's introspection for this, I ain't even gonna like do this whole spiel or write nothing for this. 5 out of 5, like absolutely. If you're a fan of Poe, there's a lot to like. If you're a purist of Poe, I can see where you would like have like a problem or issue with a couple things they tweaked here. A lot of stuff they kind of embellished and just changed it so they can make it like a 8-hour series. I'm not going to kill them over that. Like there were a couple of things I'm just like, yeah. I'm not going to kill them over that because overall, excellent job, excellent show. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, The Fall of the House of Usher. 5 out of 5. Oh, the Masquerade Death. Oh man, when the acid comes down, it's just